Hello, good morning, students. Nice to be back with you all. First of all, I was not sure to give you any videos, but since I know you all are very, mashallah, very learned, very much, qualified students, but I thought I will just give you some important areas of the slides because much of it is very much available in the textbook also, so please try to read the textbooks and follow the slides. As far as this chapter is concerned, this we have already started and left halfway through at the time of closing down or at the time of midterm. So let me tell you that first of all there is no midterm or any quiz exam, but I will be sharing with you the details of how to go about the course plan. I have shared with you the assignment 2 and inshallah the later on assessments I will be going through. Now let me just talk you or take you through this chapter on the slide on important because you can check the syllabus. This chapter slides are very long and lengthy, but our syllabus is shorter than the slides or the chapter. So just let me check out and show you. These are the learning outcomes given in the textbook. That's what it is. You can check that also. But here we are worried about market mix, customer service and dimensions, then incremental services, and that's it. As far as audit and all, we are not worried. We are worried about engagement services, key and detail service, if at all that comes into the syllabus. So please check your syllabus while you go through those important slides. We already discussed these slides in the first 4 slides when we were there in the class. I have explained to you what are the 4 P's, you all know it, and also the 3 P's, but let me give you an important small idea of what this P's, the employees. This refers to the conventional focus was on customer facing, that is employees, the market driven organizations. However, the head office or a back office of a logistic staff. Then this is the logistic have the key roles of customer interaction during the actual product or service delivery process. The second one, the process, is referring to the buying experience of customers, that is example documentation or purchase and complaint resolution, include pre and post transactional dimension of customer service. So you can check that in textbook also. There is lot of things given over there. That is on page number 152 or 153. You will get that page number and you can understand the page numbers. Then we have the third point, that is physical environment. That is talking about the physical aspects with customer comes into a contact, that is refers to the aspects related to the examples like warehouse, delivery vehicles, storefronts, or ergonomically designed, well maintained. Ergonomically means the man and machine, the relationship between man and machine, and then clean and efficient spaces creates a positive prospect for the customer, and so forth, referring to the physical perception of product, its packaging entry to the customers. Moving on to this particular flow chart, as we have seen this 4 P's and then the 3 important P's of people, process and physical environment, putting it together for a market mix. As you can see here, this diagram which talks about how logistics customer services a component of place, process, and people. That is, as you can see over here, place, process, physical, that is how the product moves into the elements of market mix. These three important areas with promotion and place, promotion and price. But taking into this the promotion, the people is the employee engagement here, and the process is pre-transactions, that is how it takes in to the different mix of how it processes on in transportation, warehouse cost, and here on the process of inventory, carrying cost, administrative cost, and all. So you can just understand this more given on page number 153 or 154. I'm not really having the textbook right in front of me, but you can just check it on. Then pre-transaction, transaction, and customer service dimensions is again policy related or non-routine, that is particularly management level, that establishes a decision making and environment. That is, when we talk about it, defining it is related to measurements, then communicated to customer, facilitating communication, expectations management, and subsequent perception of a service delivery. This is an organization's chosen structure and must enable internal communication and cooperation to ensure the execution of the policy. Now, transaction here, the transaction element component consists of the actions that result in sale and delivery of the product to the customer. This is important, that is for product availability, order convenience, and that order convenience means this refers to the ease of placing an order, for example simplified order forms and supporting process and easy to understanding terminology. And then the order cycle refers, that is another area which is form of how they communicate with the progress for this elements for getting into communication of order re-entry, order processing, or order picking, packing, delivery, and order receiving. And then talking about this post transaction element, that includes the spectrum of services. Now here you can again read it on page 154 and 156 more understandably, but we can limit ourselves here because we cannot be more in depth to this. This is again repeated in chapter 20, which will be reverse logistics, which we have here in another unit. As you can, I will be showing you that again. Now the market strategy, what we refer to is the foundation of the market strategy is an understanding of the customer needs or service preference with the marketplace that their organization wants to serve, leading to a target market segmented according to those needs. Segments needs to be measurable, economical, viable, accessible, and actionable. This is with a particular unique proposition, that is defining the differential advantage, that is by organization to develop for each segment. And then this enables the particular value proportional, typically for time, place, relationship. Then we can understand the sensitive segments that emerges, allowing an organization to better focus its market efforts to optimize its supply chain strategy to achieve a better match with the customer requirements. That is all measurable, economical, viable, accessible, and actionable, as you can see. Then I can move the triangle of a trade-offs. This is Again, customer quality and cost, you can just check it out in particularly in your textbook, the cost of customer service, which is a triangle trade-off customer, that is cost and quality is a critical component because of customer service strategy development. Traditionally, the mandate of the logistics function was to minimize logistic cost of a predetermined level of customer service. That is, it can be however mentioned here that to fulfill a value adding role through grounding, marketing and other areas, that is incremental increase or revenue or incremental cost service improvement, then how this revenue and logistics works together to maximize incremental profits. You can again check on this. This is related here in the importance of how the threshold service for a service gain, sales gain, where the service level approximates that the competition is at the level least minimum, the competitor service levels should be matched, and eventually the slower rate or due to saturation or how the diminishing in the sales relationship can be made. An important point here is to also consider life cycle revenues and life cycle costs. That is how important it is, especially where long-term customer experiences and customer service installations are concerned. You can just understand this and how it serves as a value cost for the priorities on importance with 100% availability of a strategic product. So here, moving on, we can see this product prioritization matrix. This is not so important. You can leave these slides. You can go for audit, leave the slides. But important is customer value mapping, which is customer, how it makes in for a particular perception of service relative to its competitors. Now in this area, if you see, I will just take you to the important, this is your syllabus. Now if you see customer service, elements of customer service, logistic, marketing, interface and order and customer relationship management, setting customer priorities, that's all we have in our chapter 7 that is concerned with logistics, which we were supposed to finish, and that was week before exam, which we started and we could not finish it because of the lockdown or what it was, as we have seen. So here again, now customer mapping is not an important part, but you can read it and understand it. Employee and customer engagement, the link between profitable employee. This is a very simple form of employee and customer engagement. You are also, mashallah, students with so great enthusiasm who have seen different areas of business. So you can read this and understand there is nothing I need to really explain on this particular area of what exactly is an employee and a customer engagement, except I can say that the route to sustain profitability is through building stronger relationship, that is with successful customers, and those organizations who are profitable themselves. It is because of the definition of the authors of profitable incorporates and bottom line concepts and so forth. So here again refers to chapter 3, back when we were talking about creating profitability and value networks and so forth. Now the important of how correlation focuses the employee cycle, that is employee engagement cycle, internal service elements. You can just read this. And as you must be aware, the customer engagement cycle, which is customer relationship management, a tool developed or used in different important areas, which talks about on how particularly it measures a particular customer's overall satisfaction and gives into the importance of customer engagement. Now here, the role, the customer is prerequisite for creating and enabling an environment for supply chain, particularly collaboration. In this particular area, if you see in the textbook, there are a lot of things mentioned, but please try to understand and limit yourself for the CRM. That is just the product that is, there are some 5 points given in your textbook also. You can note that, and the positive reinforcements between employment engagement and customer engagement creates the platform for a profitable value networks to the mutual benefit of all participants. Again, referring to chapter strategic logistics, which is not in our syllabus, so you can just limit it over here. Customer service measurements, that is, this can be asked only for a few important areas, measurements, as CRM is an important tool, as I just told you, but there are so many other important service measurements indirected even in your textbook, but out of all of them you can just see SCOR or POI, Perfect Order Indexing and Supply Chain Operation Reference Model is the most universal supply chain measurement framework. Now if you see supply chain reference model, which spans the value chain from suppliers to the customers, that is, you can check the section 8.1.3 also in chapter 8, but here it is very well clean and still clear that performance measurements have different areas of measurements, that is customer service performance measurements. In this particular area, I would like to emphasize on different areas of even if you see here, we are talking about perfect order indexing, that is POI. A perfect order is defined as an order that is shipped, complete, delivered, gaining the interaction, that is gaining attraction, the focus of typical performance measurement, most in the elements of post-transaction. That is again calculated by multiplying each of the perfect order component. It is through a unique concept because it condenses the total impact of an incorrect order into a single measurement. So there are many other examples you can go through that, but this is not in our syllabus. You can just work on it and check it again. And finally, the conclusions you can have are good. As far as I am concerned, students, I would love to tell you that the conclusions given at the end of each chapter is very, very important for you all to understand the chapter. So please go through that and try to understand the chapters also. Power shift, customer requirements, market strategy, value mapping, then we have measurements and balance of power and reward. So this is for the first video, students. Inshallah, if possible, I'll be back with another video. Till then, thank you so much for being with me and hope to get some other videos for you as well. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.